TASBot in Ihrer Küche um diese Jahreszeit? Schönen guten Tag und herzlich willkommen. Speedrandale ist wieder angesagt und wir haben viele alte Bekannte. Hier, Sie kennt ihr natürlich. Ja, aber wenn ihr fleißig zugeschaut habt in den letzten Jahren, kennt ihr auch unsere beiden Gäste. Nämlich zu einem haben wir hier dwangoAC. Dwango, nice to have you here.
Glad to be here.
And we have here, oh yeah, auf Fake. Can do this. Und wir haben natürlich, and we have here, den guten alten TASBot. New and improved TASBot, so to speak. Leute, wundert euch nicht, Dwango und TASBot kommen natürlich aus den Vereinigten Staaten. Wie beim letzten Mal, wo die beiden hier gewesen sind, werden wir jetzt auf Englisch dann wechseln. Ich hoffe, das ist okay für euch, aber wenn nicht, dann lernt's einfach.
Gute Ansage, endlich mal jemand, der es ausspricht.
So, Dwango, I just introduced all of us to our audience. We're very happy to have you and TASBot back here. How you've been in the past years?
Oh, it's been a wild time, but the one thing that I can say that has really amped up since the last time I was able to come to Rocket Beans is how much amazing things we've been able to do for charity. Since the last time I've seen you, we've done multiple Games Done Quick and European Speedrun Assembly and other types of event content. And at this point in time, TASBot content at charity events has now raised over $1.3 million US dollars.
Wow.
For charity.
That's great.
Very respectable. Yeah, awesome. So it's awesome anyway that we can combine speedruns with charity together so that it does good in a lot of ways.
Yes.
Yeah, and we're especially happy, of course, we're not collecting for charity now. Maybe next time. Maybe it works
okay.
out next time. But if people were watching when we're recording this, it happened recently, the Summer Games Done Quick. You and TASBot have been there with other people, and you've been preparing a project for a long time involving Zelda, OCARINA of Time, and especially, so to speak, a lost beta content. Yes, can you explain what you've done there?
So, the original release of OCARINA of Time on this gold cartridge. This is the 1.0 release of OCARINA of Time for the US, but it's only a little bit different than what was released here by a couple of bytes. This cartridge has a lot of content that they left on it that we have found, and over the course of many decades at this point, it seems 23 years and counting, various people have done dives into the code and the assets on this cartridge and have found some really amazing things. Now, I might need to introduce a little bit of what TASBot is capable of.
Of course. People who are not familiar with TASBot, this is him. As we said, new and improved. I think last time he was a little bit looking like another familiar device.
Yes, he was looking a little too familiar. And because of certain games like Smash Brothers, we kind of wanted to move away from TASBot's old form. So this is still TASBot.
There's a specially built shell for him.
Yes. He's independent. He can be picked up and carried around. And
he's got the eyes.
Yes, and someone here from Germany actually programmed those eyes to do the things you're seeing him do right now. So,
oh, great!
Yes, this was a multinational effort.
So can you explain how much a Bitcoin is worth?
I can, but last time I was here, it was worth a lot less, which is kind of crazy because it's down so much right now. But anyway, so the specific project that we're working on has a little nuance in that it's a very big departure from what we would normally see out of TASBot. TASBot typically is going to play video games perfectly. So if you've ever seen task content on an emulator, it's a series of button presses that completes a game perfectly. And usually it's run in an emulator that emulates the original console. Typically, these are found at places like taskvideos.org. I am still a senior staff member of taskvideos.org, so I'm also representing that community. But typically, you would not have these running on a real console. And that's where TASBot comes in. TASBot uses a replay device. In this case, in his hands, he is holding a TASTM32 board made by our community member, Onosaurus. We technically do sell these, but not for profit. It's a cottage industry. There's not very many people that really want to do this. So TASBot has this replay device that pretends to be a controller. And when we play back a tool-assisted speedrun made in an emulator on a real console, we're playing back a series of button presses. If you've ever seen a player piano that's playing back notes on a piano roll, it's the same exact concept. Someone in advance composed a song, plays back an entire song on the player piano. We are tool-assisted speedrun authors that are creating and are composing a perfect playthrough of a video game, and TASBot dutifully plays back that sequence of button presses to beat games extremely fast.
All right.
I believe the last time that I was here, we demonstrated some very interesting gameplay.
Yes, there were some very interesting things. Anyway, I'm always fascinated by tool-assisted things, especially with speedrunning, because it shows what could be capable, what you could just do with button presses, so to speak. It's just button presses, but it's so many that they can do quite magical things.
And you are going to see a fair bit of magic today. In the past, I have shown what we call ACE, arbitrary code execution. It's where we find a glitch in a game that allows us to take over the game and then the console and then adjust the game in certain ways, maybe change the rules a little bit. This was famously something we did. Famous is maybe not quite the right word, but at least
Say famous.
Scene where someone from the TAS Videos community named Lord Tom took Super Mario Bros. 3, found an ACE exploit, took advantage of that to create an entirely new storyline that had you coloring a dinosaur and had Mario upside down and doing all kinds of crazy things. So that was an example of what we could do. This is what you are going to see in action. This ACE concept is what you're going to see in action, but on a much, much larger scale.
Okay.
So what I'm going to have you do is you're going to play while TASBot helps you.
Okay. I hope I can do it.
So when's the last time you finished or played Ocarina of Time?
It's about 15, 16, maybe more years.
Well, this is going to be fun because there are a lot of interesting things.
Yeah. So before we start, of course, when you showed these things at GDQ, it was then put together like a speedrun, so to speak. There was a timer running. I think when we're playing now, a timer doesn't make very much sense.
No, and even then we referred to it as a showcase.
Exactly.
We were showing things off.
And this is not exactly the same because we're playing. But it's, of course, the same source we're using here now. And TASBot is doing his work in the background. When we talk about beta content for Ocarina of Time, there are things that are, as you said, on the cartridge, on the original cartridge there. There are things that have been shown through screenshots or speculated stuff.
Yes.
And if I'm not mistaken, correct me, as far as I've seen, this is not only stuff that's on the cartridge because of the arbitrary code execution. Is kind of an interpretation how this content would have looked like if it would be in the inside in the cartridge in the game. Yeah?
Correct. And we sourced from a number of different communities. Now, I need to pause here for a second. And when I say we, I mean over 25 people who put effort into what you're about to see. Okay. The main pillar, the primary person who brought everything together was our director, Soren. Save State played this live. They were amazing at Summer Games Done Quick 2022. I acted as the executive producer, but there was a huge team of other people who dove into the lore and looked at the history and recreated art from advertisements that Nintendo released. Famously, for instance, in an early ad that was on TV in Japan, they showed Link holding the Triforce, but that was never included in the game. So there were a lot of ads and different media published by Nintendo themselves that we sourced from, as well as fan-made lore and various different things that were theories at the time in the late 90s when a lot of people were talking about this game. So when I say that you are looking at beta content that really is on the cartridge, that means that it really was left there by the developers and remained on the cartridge even when they shipped it. They didn't remove it from the image like they should have. Everything else you see was added by us to stitch together a story that ties all of those beta elements together. So understand, this really is a completely unmodified Nintendo console, other than we are using a passive tap of the RGB video signals so we can get a clean image on the screen for you. It doesn't change the gameplay in any way. The one alteration we're doing for this studio time is we are using a shortcut that patches only 271 bytes, very small amount of data, just to make the first initial setup a lot easier for you. Save State is a world record holder at Ocarina of Time, and you haven't played it in 15 years.
Yeah.
So I am not going to make you get very precise angles.
But
Thank you.
He watched how Thiefbug was doing it in his Ocarina runs, and it wasn't that hard. So
I can do that.
it wasn't that hard.
I recently came from, as of the recording of this, recently came from May Contain Hackers in the Netherlands. We worked with a person who was familiar with Ocarina of Time, who had played it recently, and they spent several days trying to practice, and it still befuddled them. So it's not easy to do that part of the ACE setup. So we will use a shortcut ROM that allows TASBot to just walk forward and trigger it right away. It's just a time-saving measure.
That's very generous.
That's how we see it. There you have the original behind, the original 1.0 release of
Yes, that is correct.
Ocarina. Yeah, I only have the European one. It's not golden, but what can you do?
So we are using a flash cart. What we did to create this, we took the original gold cart. I used an Infinite NES Lives reader to read the contents of that gold cart off myself. We made a patch of 271 bytes and then put that on an EverDrive flash card made out of Ukraine. They're kind of hard to get right now, but I highly recommend the EverDrive. This one in particular is the EverDrive X7, and they are extraordinarily nice for this kind of testing and prototyping. And ROMs made by the fan community. So that's what you're seeing here in that console, but otherwise, we're playing on the original game. So, ready?
Yeah,
of course.
I don't have to be ready. You have to be ready.
I think I am.
So where we can go to the in-game? Where are we now? We're just at the beginning of the game at the Kokiri forest.
That's correct. Yeah. So what I want you to do is hop off that platform there. So we've just started the game fresh. Only have 3 hearts. Nothing really has happened. So go up that hill.
Here?
And stop right there. Don't stop there. There you go. And don't go anywhere. We're going to switch TASBot to connect to controller port 1. Now, TASBot is already connected to controller ports 2, 3, and 4. So there are 4 controller ports on a Nintendo 64. TASBot is now connected to all of them, and I'm starting him now. So, TASBot has taken over controller port 1, and he's going to do some really, really derpy things. What's happening here is we're pressing buttons that are meaningful to the console as code, but they're not too sane when Link is just bouncing around. Now, there's a little green line in the upper left corner. That tells us that we are now ready for the next stage. So we're now done with controller port 1. TASBot is only using controller ports 2, 3, and 4 from the rest of the run. And as of right now, TASBot is continuing to send data across controller ports 2, 3, and 4, and will for the next several minutes. So we're going to just start that part. Now, what I want you to do is enter and exit any building, doesn't matter which one.
All right. There's a close
that one over there on the right will do. That'll work too.
All right.
So what we're doing here was we're just cleaning up some stuff that was left over after we glitched out the game a little bit. Your door is a little bit farther to your left.
There.
Oh, okay, there you go. Or your right, I should say. Okay. Oh.
Now we're at the graveyard. Well, was it intended?
No, that was not intended. I forgot about that house. That was the one house you could not go into.
I already messed it up.
Sia, what are you doing?
Oh.
Well, I don't know what happens when you go back through that door.
Let's try it again.
I don't think it's going to put you back where we came from.
Maybe you'll be in Majora's Mask.
Want to try?
Yeah, sure. Oh, no, it's a one-way door.
It's too early.
Man.
Okay.
So now you're in Kakariko. Maybe you have to walk back.
It's okay. So what I'm going to actually have you do is open and close your start menu. All right. And now we're at a state where we're continuing to load data in the background. So far, we haven't crashed anything. So that's good. But we will probably want to go back to our starting location. So what I'm going to have you do is we're going to cheat. We have a little bit of code that we added to help warp to a different location. I'm just going to look up the code here for you.
Okay.
It is going to involve pressing a series of controller buttons at the same time. So you're going to press left, right, Z, B, and as soon as I get the last one here, let me give you the last.
I mean, the L and R button with left and right.
That's correct. You are going to do the D-pad up. So
Okay.
so left, Z,
First up.
R. Yeah. No, so left and left up here. Then R. And hold it at the same time.
Oh.
And then R, and then Z underneath it, and then B, and C, and D up, digital pad up. There you go. So we just
Easy.
warped back to the Sacred Forest Meadow.
All right.
Now, what we need to do now is get you some gear. So what I want you to do is open your start menu and press L. Okay, so this is our first bit of beta content. The developers left their debug menu on the cartridge. All we've done is added a shortcut for you to make it possible to get there quicker. So what we're going to do here is put together a series of combinations of values here that are going to give you the rupees you need to buy things, give you the maximum number of hearts because we don't want you dying.
Yeah.
And you will face peril.
Oh.
So we're also going to give you all of the dungeon completion because this is
Why not?
a short show and we don't really want you to have to spend 6 hours grinding.
I take those.
So
I needed several months for that.
I know, right?
Shame
You're a noob.
shame on you.
Okay, so we have a chart here that we'll be matching.
Yeah. I have it here if you want.
Yeah, I'll hold it for you.
All right.
Over.
Let's see. If
Now
I
we
can
have
do
the
this.
exciting entering numbers part.
I know, right?
Yeah.
If we recall back to, I think it was the Majora's Mask run from Thief Bug, I think we did play the same song 64 times.
No, was it Majora's Mask?
I think it was Majora's Mask with the song.
But the weird version of that, I think.
Yeah, it was. I think it was the Wii version, if I'm not mistaken. But could be they're all. We're familiar with doing repeating tasks here. So these debug menus, of course, normally, as the name implies, some games have them left, are used during the programming to give the programmers stuff to try out without playing that far themselves if necessary. Most of the time, those debug menus are removed from games when they're then put out on sale. But sometimes we have luck and they're still in there.
Yeah, and in this case, they left it on the cartridge. We're not really sure why, but...
Is there a way to access it without going into the code or using?
It's not something that's accessible.
Okay.
So we patched the game in. We've patched the game in a variety of ways. We actually even patched a couple of microcode things to prevent bugs that we have since been discovered by the community over the past 20 years. But that was just to make things a little safer. So these buttons are really weird. We're not sure why they're mapped the way they are. You got to find the right one. I don't know what button that is. There you go.
No.
Another button we'll get to.
Okay. I think one more. Yeah, there we go.
This menu is very strange because to go up, you press right and all kinds of other weird things. It's very, very strange.
There's a one.
Yep. And these get a lot easier. All right. So we just saved several hours of pain. Now press L to get out of there. And bam, you now have items.
Look at this.
So you'll want to map your ocarina and it's probably it for now. Oh, and map your boomerang as well. You're going to want that.
There?
Yep.
All right.
All right. So now that you're here, let's have you have some fun. So press L and down at the same time.
On the D-pad?
Just L and then, hold down L and then press down on the D-pad.
Yo.
Okay.
Wow, that is an interesting camera angle.
I know that bird.
I know.
So that isn't wrong. I've never launched it in this location. I don't know exactly where it is in space.
Where did it go?
I don't know. It'll probably shoot at you soon, though.
So this part I remember a bit. I don't remember if I used it at an edited ROM or if it was
there it is.
the cheat code. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
So they added the
Why is he attacking you?
The Star Fox Star Wing.
Yes.
So
In this game, huh?
This one I know.
So this is
was to test out the Z targeting, and it has the pattern like Volvagia, I think is
That's
the name.
correct. That's how they tested that initially. So to destroy it, yes, it will hurt you. Not very much, but you're going to want to use your boomerang and Z-target it and whack it. Well.
With Z. All right.
Yes. Do it again?
It's fleeing.
Oh, yeah.
Hey. Wait
it doesn't
for it.
like
Wait
you.
for it.
I've never spawned it here, nor have I ever been here. So this is a very interesting state we're in.
Where did it go?
Oh, that's very dangerous there. We need. Can you put Slippy Toad in there?
I don't believe they included that on the cartridge.
You have to put him in there.
Where is he?
He's getting stuck on the wall, which is hilarious.
Again.
There we go.
There you go.
Oh, it's burning up.
Those were also graphics that were in the original cartridge, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to save a little bit of time because we kind of went to the wrong place and wandered around a little bit. So what I'm gonna have you do is go back through this section and exit the forest. So you're gonna go to your right.
Down the
down there.
All right.
And try not to get hit by stuff.
Yeah, there's a big giant at the back.
Okay.
Oh no, that's only when you're adult.
Oh, is it like this?
Yes. But there is a ladder to make your escape a little bit more convenient. So by taking this warp, we actually skipped some of the content, which we showed at Summer Games Done Quick. And that content involved having Link go through the same sequence in the Lost Forest as you would in the original Legend of Zelda game.
You go down here?
Spring rüber.
No, you can just hop over the top. Yeah.
I like this.
So in the original Legend of Zelda game released on the NES, you had to get lost in the forest, the Lost Woods, out of a very specific pattern, which was north, west, south, west. Mm-hmm. Well,
and now?
You're
just take a door and you're...
I believe it... Well, pause there for a sec. Oh, nope, that's the wrong door.
Oh.
Well, it's okay.
Can
so
I go
we'll
back?
just go back in, yeah. So normally you would have to do this whole pattern. Now what I want you to do is go left, I believe, unless I'm mistaken. I think it's over here. Okay, so we'll pause for just a second. One of the things that we skipped over was a scene where we got lost in the Lost Woods out of a north exit, then a west exit, then a south exit, then a west exit. And when you re-entered the Lost Woods, you would hear do-do-do-do-do-do-do. And you would find a Kokiri boy who wanted a bug. And not just any bug, a special bug. So we had a save state, went to the bazaar and went to the town outside of the castle, bought a beta butterfly, which is a real item that was in the cartridge. Now, the whole bit about the exits, that was something we added to stitch everything together.
Okay.
But nevertheless, in the original playthrough that Save State did, we delivered the butterfly back to the boy, and he gave us a special thing that we're going to take advantage of. So what I want you to do now is get on to the platform here. So exit the menu and walk onto there and talk to him. You'll have to Z-target him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, oops.
You have to stand on the middle there, on the...
Dude, go up. All right. How do I talk?
That's a great
Like
question.
this. All right. Right?
Oh, you know what? It didn't set the flags. We get to do this anyway. That's okay.
So now we can go to Hyrule and then to the quest you...
Yeah. So we can cheat a little bit. And we also have the ocarina, so we can warp there. We'll just make this. We'll make quick work of this. So, do you remember the warp to the Temple of Time?
I think LRZBA.
Oh, we're not going to do that. We're going to use the
which one?
ocarina.
Play the music.
Okay,
is it the Hymn of Time? Or?
Yes, it'll be the Prelude of Light is what you'll be playing. So, if you press down to open up your ocarina, you should be able to play now. The Prelude of Light is not easily remembered, and you can't easily look it up in the menu because when we load in and patch everything, it kind of corrupts the graphics just a little bit.
Okay.
So we'll pull up the Prelude of Light song for you, have you warp there. What we're going to do is do things a little out of order. We're going to get the butterfly from the shop before he actually asks for it.
This one?
Yes.
All right.
There you go.
That wasn't too hard.
No, these are easy.
Okay.
So this quest you described, this would have been the stitching you did, so to speak, to include the beta content with a little bit of story.
That's right. So go ahead and exit the temple. Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Go into town. You'll see that it's probably still nighttime. Oh, no, it's daytime now. We spent so much time out there.
Yeah.
It's okay. So head into the town. You're going to go to your right. I got to tell you, I always got lost here when I was playing when I was younger. And it always confused me where you were supposed to go here. Go to your right and you'll see a market, a bazaar. Whoops.
Hmm?
You went up.
Oh.
It's okay.
You have to
Weird
think relative here. It's pre-rendered.
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go. And
Here?
go one more over. Yeah, right there.
This one. Okay.
Now, the only concern I have is I'm not sure the flag was set. So talk to the shop owner and look to the right there. And
there's the butterfly.
there it is.
Over to the right.
This one?
yeah, go ahead and buy that.
So yeah, in the normal game or in the finished game, there is no butterfly, but that was left as an object.
So there's nothing else you need to buy.
Okay.
Now, this butterfly is actually beta content in the cartridge.
Yeah.
What you'll want to do now is to warp back to the forest temple, which was, I should have these songs memorized myself.
Yeah.
Right?
What are you doing?
Warping back to the forest temple. The Minuet of the Forest is the song name. I know the song name, and the problem is that the reason I can't remember these is the last time I played through the the game Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, I played it on the 3DS remake, and the buttons are in completely different positions. So
sure.
I have them memorized, but not for this controller.
Okay.
So here.
Yes.
All right. A, up, right, left, right, left. All right.
Alrighty.
Thank you, Gregor.
I'm very glad that you're here to look things up. It's your role. And
It's just Google.
yes.
I didn't do a thing.
Okay, go ahead and repeat that route of hopping back through to the forest. But this time, when you get into the Lost Woods, you'll go left instead of straight. Because if
Where's
you
the
go
exit?
not there.
Behind you?
Yes. Down the
There it is.
Ah, there.
well, down the stairway. Are the controls coming back to you?
Yeah, kinda.
The N64 was such an interesting controller, such an interesting concept. What I always find unique about the Nintendo 64 is the way they set up the controller with this strange grip style, because they weren't sure the analog stick was going to catch on. They were worried that they might have people that didn't like it. So they made it so that it could still work as a normal controller, even if the analog stick never got used.
So the D-pad, you mean? The D-pad wasn't used much in my house, at least.
Oh, that's kind of funny, but they designed it because they thought the analog stick was
Yeah,
gonna be a problem.
that's what they thought.
Go
I
ahead.
just used the analog
Turn left.
stick.
Left?
Yeah, there you go. And there he is.
Ah.
Right there. So go talk to him. He's going to want that butterfly you have. So he's going through his initial dialogue. So what you want to do is, if you talk to him again, he'll probably say the same thing. You should be able to pull out the bug in your menu. So go to Start.
Mm-hmm.
And
This one?
Yep, put that on. Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Now, does he target him? And
use
pull out the bug. Yep.
All right.
There you go.
This can't go any faster?
That's Ocarina. It shouldn't go faster.
Well, you'll want to read this dialogue because anything that's new, we didn't want to accidentally skip over. So
Okay,
it
okay.
does kind of force you to read it, but that's
All
okay. Okay, so now to get out quickly, you can just walk through one of the exits that it exits immediately. I think the one to
No
your
matter what?
right will.
Oh, this one.
No, wait, is that a warp? I can't remember. Yeah, go out the left. The
This.
one to your, yeah, well, yeah, that'll work.
Okay.
Sure. It doesn't matter. Heck, you might even walk all the way there.
Yeah, walk again.
Let's just see where you go.
Oh, maybe you'll make it even.
Yeah, do you remember where to go? Nope. It's okay. This warped you out to the front. That's all right. You can turn right back around, and this is actually shorter. So exiting that way will be faster. So if you look behind you, there is the entrance to the Lost Woods.
You mean?
Yeah, where you just came from.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I go back.
Yep.
All right.
And now you can look to your left, and now we have the... Yep, now we have what we need.
Yeah, I think you can talk to the Skull Kid again.
Yep, now you'll talk to the Skull Kid. Now you have the item he wants.
Oh, he's smelling something.
Now, I didn't mention it, but
Magic
the
powder.
graphic you saw there...
Give it back, yeah, right?
Yes. The magic powder was introduced in Link's Awakening and also used in...
Link to the past. Link to the past.
Link to the Past, yes. But here it's called the Odd Potion and is used in a fetch quest or a trading quest.
Mm-hmm.
But that was originally in the game as magic powder.
Oh,
so
okay.
at least we think. That one's a little bit more lore-oriented. But the graphics were all there.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Link's
interesting.
Awakening, you could transform stuff with it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's where this is going to get tricky. You need to get some masks. So you don't currently have any masks. We're going to give you some. So press start.
Give me
Press
some.
L to pull up your menu. You're going to go to the lower right. Right now it says 44.
Lower right.
Yeah, so it's where it says 44. The lower right of the big block there, sorry. And then left.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that'll work too. Change that to 39.
39.
Yep, there you go.
Okay.
And exit out.
Just
With the L button.
Oh, yeah.
And now you have a bunny hood mask. So go ahead and pull that out. There you go. And go talk to him with that. Yeah, there you go.
Put them on. So,
Oh.
yeah.
I have to put them on. All right. Sprinkle some magic powder over the mask.
Run with great speed. Now,
Oh.
this is something from Majora's Mask.
Yeah, I wanted to say, so yeah, I'm getting them mixed up in my head because they're so similar in a lot of ways, but that was the way to run fast as Link in Majora's Mask.
Yes, but it was not coded in here. However, because the masks were all here and they had all the elements, they just hadn't incorporated them yet.
Okay.
We think that they were intending to use that. Now, you're going to go back into the menu one more time, and now you need to switch which mask you have. Normally, you would have to go all the way to the town and do a whole swap, and don't do that. We're gonna do it faster. So press L again and change that 39 to 42. The answer to the life, the universe, and everything. I probably should have had you do this in the other order because we're gonna have to swap back in a
42?
second. Yep, 42. There you
All
go.
right.
So now you have the Gerudo Mask.
Oh.
So let's upgrade that as well.
Like this.
Yep.
Put them on.
Now, in the original Ocarina of Time, this mask wasn't all that powerful. It definitely wouldn't charm it wouldn't charm everyone, just some. But this one will even charm the Gerudo themselves. All right, so let's exit this area. You don't need to do anything else here, but you might want to put on that new bunny mask you had. So go ahead and open up your menu instead of walking all the way to town and swapping it.
Where's my bunny mask?
You have to.
Because you can only have one mask at a time in this game.
Yeah, you need to exchange them at the mask salesman. So go to the debug menu, I'd say, and back to, what was it, 39?
Yeah, there is a way to hold more than one mask in this game, but it involves a glitch I'm not going to make you memorize. So go ahead and press start, go to L in the menu, and then change that 42 back to a 39, and that will give you the bunny hood mask. Now, the interesting thing is what you're seeing here is exactly how the beta testers, or what I prefer to call test engineers, used this tool to go test the game, right? You're discovering for yourself how much fun it is to be able to just, you can give yourself what you need. And this is how the test engineers did this. So go ahead and exit out of the forest, out of Lost Woods.
And put on the ears.
Any exit but that one. Ah, yes, now you can go faster.
Yay.
Okay, so our next destination is all the way. Oh, it takes them off when you go through doors, but that's okay. You're going to exit to the right. You're going to exit.
Yeah, you can jump down there.
Yeah. Whee! Oh, that's a lot of fun.
Whoa. So.
Go through. Yeah, go to your right. Yeah, go out there. So we're going to head all the way to the Gerudo Valley area. You're going to go all the way across the Hyrule field, which tends to take a really long time, but the bunny hood really speeds this process up. So the fastest route is to just pretty much veer to the left there a little bit, and you'll just go, you go right past Lon Lon Ranch there on the left.
Mm-hmm.
So while we're going through here...
The Gerudo Valley, yeah?
Yes. So while we're going through here, there's a couple of quick things to explain. We had TASBot connected to controller ports 2, 3, and 4. And TASBot was able to patch the game and place things into memory, specifically the expansion pack. You're going to want to veer to the right a little bit.
It's the exit on the left on the map, or if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it basically...
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. So a little bit more to the right there, you're headed down. There you go.
Down here?
Nope.
No, here.
To your right.
All right.
There you go. The exit that's on your left on the map.
Ah, this one.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought the southern one.
To hang a hard left,
So-
and you should be able to... You can hop over that fence. There you go.
Wait, no.
Yeah.
You have to go on the other side.
Yeah.
I should have warned you. So, really quickly talking about this data we transferred. The Nintendo 64 has the ability to have a jumper pack or what's called an expansion memory pack. Majora's Mask fully utilized the expansion memory pack, but Ocarina of Time does not. Now, this Nintendo 64 has an original expansion pack in it, unmodified. At this point, you're going to want to change back to your Gerudo Mask. So,
Aww.
yeah, I know. Don't worry, you'll get it back later.
All right, so back to 44, right?
42.
Oh, 42.
The answer to the life, the universe, and everything.
Yeah.
So because the game Ocarina of Time does not use the expansion pack memory, it gives us a place that we can put the custom content that we added to stitch everything together. So, for instance, the code that you just saw for having the Skull Kid react the way that he did, that's all being stored in the expansion pack. Now, just to explain the storyline a little bit better, go ahead and walk right toward the gate and try to get in.
Should I put on the mask?
Sorry, not yet.
Okay. Through here?
Yeah. Go talk to her.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say no entry for little kids.
Definitely not. So run away for a little bit so she can't see you doing your Superman act. That should be good enough. Now put on your mask. There you go. Now go talk to her again. Now your mask has been powered up by the Skull Kid, and... your disguise has worked.
So with the magic of the Skull Kids, they now think we're a little Gerudo kids. Yep.
That's right. They let us in. Now, you can talk to the other folks here if you want to. There's a lot of various things we added. So if you talk to them, they have custom messages for you.
Was there any way in the original to enter like this early in the game? No.
No.
Well,
And this dialogue is completely custom, written by our writing team, and
So
added to the game.
so as you said, you're using the things that TASBot is writing, so to speak, through the controller ports are stored in the expansion pack in the 4 megabytes. Yeah?
That's correct, yes.
Okay.
We take about 2.5 megabytes in total for all of the assets that we uploaded, including animations, graphics, sound files, the text for the scripting, camera movements, things like that.
Do I go this way now?
Yes.
All right.
Yes. And now what you're seeing here is the original Nintendo 64 hardware with the original Ocarina of Time engine, but you're cheating. So make sure you got your Gerudo Mask on.
Is it on?
Yeah.
Now it's...
So head on in to your right.
I love this music.
Oh, I so love this music. And I love remixes of this music.
Yeah.
And I love this music on repeat. Go left and go through the central door that's recessed there to your right a little bit.
This one?
Yeah, just go right through there. Go on in and hang a right. Yes, you'll want that. I didn't want you to get kicked out.
I'm getting big flashbacks of stealthing around.
This way?
here.
Yep, but you can just talk to her if you want.
Royal family of Hyrule is forsaken young people.
So this is based on some lore and some backstory. Go ahead and talk to her.
Her?
Yeah.
Who's that?
And Naburu, is she the chief of the Gerudos?
Yes, she is. And this is all new, so take the time to absorb and enjoy. So she calls the girls, she calls the guards away. All Gerudo are women.
Except one born.
Ooh,
every-
she's on to us, though.
That's pretty interesting. Normally you meet her, I think, is it the first time at the temple? I would say at the temple.
Yeah.
Don't think she was in the Gerudo fortress back there. But now we have an early meeting, so to speak.
Yes. And this story is all being played out in front of you.
The content of the story, is it also something known through beta stuff?
No, all you're seeing here is lore and fan fiction and
This is
our own
great.
interpretation. This is great.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to like what happens next.
All right.
Oh, the full Song of Time.
The Desert Colossus has two halves, and we assume they had time travel in mind for it.
Yeah, that's a temple. You have to visit parts of it as a youngling and as an adult, but there are different parts. Oh?
So a time-traveling hero. Normally you only transition once, but it appears that in development they expected you to be able to go back and forth multiple times. So...
Teach me, please.
So Shield teaches us the full Song of Time that'll help us to get to the Colossus. And
I want to, right?
You can say no if you want. See what happens.
Okay.
She's not going to let you say no for an answer.
Of course not.
You have to say no 64 times.
That's funny. It's now your turn to play, but I think I'm going to be kind to you.
That would be nice.
This is using the full note system. There were two completely separate systems in the game. One is only used in the final game with a scarecrow, but it allows you to do accents. You can press right button or the analog stick in different directions to change the pitch. But it's kind of complicated, and it doesn't all fit in one screen, which is probably why the developers decided not to use the full system and developed a second, shorter system instead. Interestingly, all songs are copied in both systems, but what we've done here is we're now using the full version. Since the song is a little tricky to get right, I think we'll have you practice a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we're gonna take a little break. We'll be right back, and then Sia will play the song flawlessly. So
Of course I will.
we'll see you in a moment. Da sind wir wieder zurück nach der kleinen Pause. Eigentlich wollten wir sie ja jetzt eine halbe Stunde üben lassen. Der hat's First Try dann geschafft.
Ja, Second. Sagen wir Second.
Second Try mit Ablesen. So yeah, we gave Sia ample time to train, but someone like him doesn't need that much time.
It's okay.
God gaming.
So you just played the full Song of Time.
Yeah.
In the normal game, you just have to play the first 5 or 6 notes, or which every song. Then the rest of the game is doing it. What we've done, we can go back to the in-game. So we've learned the song now, and the rest of the cutscene is playing.
Yes, and there's a message here that tells you something very unique about this song.
Yeah, can you read it?
I will become a child.
So normally
As
you have to use the Master Sword. Yeah, if you want to get
correct.
back to child thing, you have to go to the Temple of Time, put the sword back in, and then.
But the very first time you pull the Master Sword, Ganon gets unleashed.
Oh yeah.
So we don't want that. So we're not going to touch that Master Sword.
Okay.
Instead, what I want you to do is you can go and continue on and exit the fortress if you want. The fastest exit is out that up that ramp and to your left.
Up that ramp?
Yeah.
All right.
You might want your mask just in case.
Oh, yeah.
I have to put it back anyway on once you're out.
There you go.
This.
Now head out of this area. So you're going to go down off of here and to your left.
Here?
Yeah.
Down here?
Yep.
All right.
So back to the entrance.
Okay, now
Put the mask
you're going to
back
get
on.
your first opportunity. No need. You're going to
Oh,
get
no
your
need?
first opportunity to become an adult.
Okay.
So pull out your ocarina and play the full Song of Time.
All right.
Oh, you still have the mask on.
With the mask, of course.
Sure.
Okay,
Why not?
Might as well. I guess the ocarina goes up under.
that's how it works. Oh,
No.
I think you slipped there.
You slipped at the
Yeah,
end.
maybe I did. Can I try again?
Yeah.
Just play again.
All right. This.
Oops.
Ooh, I
You
heard
missed.
it already.
Yeah, I heard it. You'll have to start over.
Yeah, but you don't have to get
Damn
out
it.
of the menu.
All right.
Congratulations.
Awesome.
Do I need this still?
You'll need it. You'll need to play the song again. Can you do it without the notes?
Damn it.
Okay, but observe, you are now adult, Link.
Oh,
Interesting.
look at me.
Now, we
All
think that
grown up.
this was very much part of the original intention in that temple, that they would give you the ability to go back and forth in time at various points based on how the dungeon is laid out. But it likely would have broken everything else in the game, so they probably just limited it and made it so you're only going back to
Okay.
that temple
And
once.
using a song is your interpretation. So to
I got a
speak.
sword now.
Yes, well, you had a sword, you just never equipped it.
Oh, all right.
Oh, that's the big.
So that's the bigger sword.
the big
so
sword,
go into
yeah.
that tent there.
But that does mean we are still at the timeline with young Link, but just as an adult. Or did we switch
so
over?
that's what's interesting. We are now adult Link, but we did not pull the
Okay.
Master Sword, and we did not release Ganon. So head on over and talk to the man in the corner. The white man in, sorry, the man in the white
Oh,
clothes.
yeah.
The running man.
the postmaster.
Wow, you're right up in his face. Okay.
Yeah, he runs around in the actual Ocarina of Time.
Yes.
And he challenges us to a race,
An unbeatable race.
an unbeatable race.
The
Cost me
annoying-
a lot of hours.
Yes. So many people were frustrated with this running man because you cannot beat him. The game will always make it so he beats you by 1 second. No matter how fast you go, he will always beat you by 1 second. So you have a tool in your arsenal. Let's see if you use it.
Yeah, I do. So accept the challenge, right?
Yes.
Gives me a head start, huh?
Yep. Now, you should go out to Hyrule Field first.
Mm-hmm.
So he has a tool to move a bit faster.
I do, but I have to...
Not yet.
Not yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Head out to Hyrule Field.
Over the bridge.
This way?
Yeah, the bridge to your left. A little more to the left. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
I'd rather you didn't fall.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
almost.
Yeah. Falling there would be
Oh, let's go
a considerable
to
detour.
the Zoras.
so this way?
Yes, that's correct.
Oh,
No,
no,
not
I don't
yet.
want this.
Not yet.
Stop.
Now, here's the problem. You're going to get all the way to Hyrule Field. Now, you can see the clock is going up here at 36, 37 seconds. Even if we were to put the bunny hood on and run all the way across the field, it still wouldn't get us there fast enough. He would always beat us by 1 second. But you have one other tool in your arsenal. Can you think of what it is?
Nope.
Well, it's all about time.
The ocarina?
Yes.
So,
Well, you're currently adult Link.
yeah,
Oh, yeah. Now I get it.
Uh-huh.
I don't.
So if
Use your ocarina.
Yeah, I would say if you turn back to Child Link is the only one who can wear masks.
Well, you're also warping through time.
Oh, yeah.
So I play the
Correct.
song again?
Yes.
All right.
So you mean we're not only arriving at 2 minutes and under 2 minutes 38, under 2 minutes 38 in 7 years? That's really early. Okay, so using the song actually really transports us to 7 years in the future. In this year, but it's a world where Ganon didn't take over the world because the Master Sword is still there.
Correct.
Okay. So
And this is all some lore. The interesting thing about
is
this
this the special Force timeline
yes.
nobody knows about?
Well, and it already has so many
Oh,
timelines
I messed it up
anyway.
again.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Ooh, I heard it.
I heard it.
Let's try this again. It's tricky with the stick and the
You can
button.
hold the stick first and then press the button.
Ah, okay, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Well, that makes it easy.
Yes. And you can see the accents. This is something you can do in the real game and at the Scarecrow. Okay, now you have...
Oh, the timer.
Yeah. So you want to go the other direction now. The timer is now glitched because it's an extraordinarily large negative number.
Okay.
You went back into Gerudo Valley. You don't want to do that.
Oh.
You want to go back to the bridge on the Kokiri Forest side. So you might want to give yourself the bunny hood now if you wanted to make it a little bit faster. And you could do that by going into Start and hitting L and changing that value.
It was
So it's currently at 42.
39. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll change that to 39.
It's okay, because in game time we went back these 7 years, this negative number at minutes and seconds glitches out the counter.
That's correct. And this is something that has happened to players that used Game Shark codes and things like that in the past.
All right, way to go.
So go straight across the field. You're going to go back
Rechte
to...
Ausgang.
Yeah.
Here?
On the map screen, you have to go to the most right.
All right.
Yeah, you're going to go straight across, but you'll need to diverge a little bit. Now, what was really funny was when we did this at Summer Games Done Quick, by some chance, the time of day just happened to line up perfectly so that the running men from the Child Link era happened to be running across the field.
Really?
And we threw in the comment of, there's the running man from the Child era. He has no idea what's coming.
There he is.
Yep.
There he is.
That him?
Yeah, that's him. But he has no idea what's going to happen to him.
Hey, dude. Hey, wait, I have to go this way, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Well, the running man has 7 years to prepare and a couple of minutes.
Up there, I guess.
Yeah, through the trees.
All right, so one more time, you will play the Song of Time to go back into the future.
All right. Hey.
Ah. It hurts.
Yes, a little, but it's not easy. There you
Right.
go. It's a lot easier when you can hold the accidental
a lot.
button is what it's called.
The only problem is the R and right at the same time, but it's okay.
Okay, so
So, where to go?
you're counting down negative numbers. Oh, what? There he arrived.
Ah, there he is.
But you were already there, so you beat him.
Impossible. I'm the running man.
The fastest man in Hyrule.
He doesn't seem too happy.
Yeah.
Meet me in the middle of Hyrule View to get a special reward.
Ooh. Sounds interesting.
So follow him.
Yeah. That's nice of him.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. He's a good loser. Good sport.
Oh, no. I didn't want. Sorry. I just wanted to put on my mask.
You
Oh, I can't.
You're
I
adult.
can't. Yeah.
adults don't wear masks.
Oh, yeah,
Don't
they
you know?
do, but this game
So in
didn't
Hyrule,
yet.
actually.
Yes.
Oh,
At least.
where's the guy?
Go right.
All right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, go straight forward there.
All right.
So in the middle of the field near Lon Farm, or
Yes. Just go up this hill
Is
a
it
little
any
bit.
faster than running? I don't think
A
so.
little. It is. That's what most people do. It's marginally faster.
yeah, wasn't the early speedruns was back jumping, or was it side
Sidestepping.
jumping?
Yeah.
Sidestepping was it? With your,
And then they figured out that you could do a backwards slide with a bomb jump. But
Yeah.
So if you look to your left, you'll see something there. And there it is.
Oh.
This is our next piece of beta content. This is really on the cartridge. And
Looks
when
like
you-
a giant rupee.
It is a giant rupee. It's a giant purple rupee, and when you touch it,
Whoa!
it blows up. This is its actual behavior.
You fool! I'm the running man.
this is the only one.
Whoa!
Cheaters like you
What?
get. You cheater!
Oh! Now he's attacking me?
Well, you might want to hit him.
He is the running man.
Yo! All right. I should
Well, you
target
gotta hit him.
right? Come on, man.
Remember the Z targeting.
Yeah, I can't. Whoa!
Is this
This guy's brutal.
Is this a ninja drop?
I can't see target him. Oh, no. Okay.
I'm not so sure that's going to help you much.
Can I even beat him?
Yes.
All right.
Boah.
Come on, man.
So yeah, Dwango, you recommended to me to watch it in preparation. I was very shocked when the run of this GDQ. I watched it beforehand to prepare. I was pretty shocked when this here happened. He finally showed his true colors.
I know, right? Okay, so you've already lost about half your hearts, so let's go cheese this a little bit.
Okay.
He's going to beat you up pretty badly if you're not careful. Now, you can go into the debug menu to get more hearts, but that's embarrassing. So instead, go to the front of Lon Lon Ranch to your right. Yep, right there. Go toward that tree that you see there.
Okay.
Just ignore him. He'll just keep running around you.
Was it a hurricane kick?
Hey,
Oh,
I can't dodge
He
that.
wants you to- Now, Epona is sitting right there, so walk up to Epona and hit climb with the blue button.
Do it. Come on.
It'll be a little hard, but you'll get it.
You get it.
Oh,
you get
got
it.
it.
You got it.
Almost. There you go.
There you go. Now, don't accidentally hit the blue button to get off of him again.
Okay.
Okay, now, run into him a few times.
Oh.
No one else knows about this.
I can't move.
You can. You use the control stick. And you can hit B to go faster now. So now you can cheese the fight by running into him, and he can't actually do much damage to you now. So do that a few times.
Huh.
Yeah.
That pony is overpowered.
Yes. This kind of reminds me of a certain horse, a set of saddle gear in a newer game where it would do damage. So you could try to hit him, but he's very mean, especially if you're...
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. So this cheeses the fight a little bit. And I don't think anybody else knew that could happen except me. But
Sure love cheese.
it does cause some interesting glitchery. So you're going to need to walk over to him. He's sitting on the ground behind you. Oops.
Behind me, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, turn. All right.
So he'll be down that hill just a little ways.
Like here?
To your right.
There he is. Shameful.
Well, you picked a very interesting camera angle.
Yeah.
Ooh, a better cheater than you are.
Better cheater than I am.
So this is an interesting story that we added in based on lore, but it's worth reading.
Yes, so it was how he became so fast.
Yes.
Beginning. Yeah, you can go on with the text. I think he found, was it a locket?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a golden locket.
Ein Anhänger auf Deutsch. And so this locket made him, when he was wearing it, run faster than light.
I'm not sure that's actually possible, but
Light in Hyrule works differently.
that's true. So does time.
But running so fast has corrupted him, so to speak. Just wanted to be the fastest man. He tried to kill you.
Yes.
It's pretty fun. So to find a way to stitch all those this beta content together to put the little stories in. The giant rupee you said, was it this size also?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it actually did explode.
It actually blows up. That's
Okay.
real beta content from the cartridge. Now, interestingly, you ended up inside. I'm not sure why that happens. So the running man ran off into the sunset, although the sun had already set. You can hop on Epona and ride toward Zora's domain. Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that was fun.
That was good.
So this
So go
is
to your right.
Up and to the left.
Now-
to the
now-
right.
which
now you're
exit?
okay.
The left exit?
Left. Okay, very far left now. You're going the exact opposite direction of where you need to go.
okay.
Yeah, on the map, the upper right side on the map.
Ah,
Correct. Yeah.
Like this.
Close, yeah. Yeah, there's like a... Yeah, right there.
Yeah, towards the Death Mountain.
And you can use the blue button to go faster. So there's the fork off to the left that takes you to... No one can agree on the correct pronunciation of this, at least not in America. Kokoriki Village?
This way?
Turn to your right. It's actually headed toward Zora's domain, so it'll be...
Through the water.
Yeah.
Here?
Over there to the left side.
Yep. So you'll have to hop off Epona, which you can do with the context-sensitive button. So stop moving by pressing forward a little bit. There you go. Now you can hit down.
Ah, okay.
Okay, now you can head into Zora's domain.
Oh,
What's
nice.
this?
You have a lot of magic, apparently.
Oh,
Yes, the locket gave us double our magic
Oh.
bar. Now, a little thing we haven't actually confessed to, we weren't actually able to double the total effective amount of magic that you have. And the
okay.
reason for that is that there's a lot of places that calculate it based on a max number that we physically didn't have enough room to put more into. So to get through this section can be kind of tricky if you haven't done it very often. Go all the way to the fence and then angle to your right.
Jump over.
Yeah, well, you can't jump over the fence, but yeah, right there. There's a way up. Yeah.
You have to look out to not fall into the water.
Yeah, or you'll be
way up.
taking a long walk.
all right. I like walking. This way,
Sort of.
I guess.
You can take that route. Go to your right and walk forward.
I missed my bunny mask.
I know, right? You're fine.
Am I?
Yes. Wasn't obvious to tell there. I will say they learned a lot about camera mechanics in this game that then influenced so many games after it. And there's a lot of control mechanics that they discovered in this game. For instance, the Z targeting, the fact that hitting Z orients your view behind Link, that was something that was not present in Super Mario 64, and they added here.
Yeah, this
great
part
effect.
specifically I always remember because it has so automatic camera
Yeah.
to get
Now,
up here.
You could kind of sort of manipulate the camera in... you want to go the other path there. I don't think
way?
you can jump up. No! Oh, you got lucky. Oh, you got really lucky. So walk back up there.
Okay.
That was extraordinarily lucky.
Yeah.
Go to your left, and do you see that symbol there?
Yeah.
Well, that's an ocarina prompt.
Ah, so.
So just to give you a hint, this is going to be Zelda's Lullaby. So if you play that here,
I give this back to you, I guess.
yeah, you won't need the full Song of Time again.
Yeah, Zelda's Lullaby isn't that hard, but let's...
Okay, so pull out your ocarina.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be the top 3 buttons from left to right on your C-pad.
This?
Yep. Going to repeat it?
Again.
All right.
So this is the intended normal way to get in. Now, your adult Link, it's interesting they pull the camera back so they can show the waterfall party. So hop on into Zora's domain. Now, we're an adult, and in adult form, Zora's domain is always frozen. So hop on over to the ice there.
Down here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I always thought it was frozen because something happened with Ganondorf, but Ganondorf wasn't awakened here, so to speak.
Yeah, so that is one of the things that we are curious about. No matter what, even if whether or not you've done anything with Ganondorf, it's always frozen. So there must be some other cause. But go back out onto the ice here. And for a long, long time, people wanted to find a way to melt the ice in Zora's domain. Well, the locket you picked up said that it enhanced a few things. Now, there's one interesting aspect that's also beta content that you're going to be able to see here, which is go ahead and pull out your menu there. And if you go a screen to the right, I believe it is. Yeah, one more to the right. See that symbol? You have Den's fire. You have Den's fire. Well, if you select that red symbol on the right there, the fire medallion. Normally you can't equip this, but you can now. So if you assign it to a C button, now you have the fire medallion and it's powered up. Now this is something that was shown in pre-release and was coded into the game in prototype form. We think, based on hints and different things that have leaked, but it was not part of the final game. But if you use this,
should I?
Yeah, just get on the ice there and use that.
All right.
It transformed it back.
Melts the ice. Now, you are now in water, but as an adult, you can do something that's pretty fun. So go ahead and go into your menu and go to the right, and equip your iron boots. Those make you sink.
Equip. Okay. Now going. Oh.
Yeah, hit no. It doesn't matter if you hit yes, but hit no. So go hop into the water. Now that you're wearing your iron boots, they make you sink. So go to your left. Yeah, you're okay. You'll get there in time. Go around that pillar and look to your right. There's this alcove here, and there's a doorway here. And welcome to the Unicorn Fountain. You're currently stomping around in iron boots. You can continue to do that if you so desire. But have a look around at these unicorn heads. These are based on fan theories of things that were created. This was also based on some screenshots that were made in pre-release.
The Unicorn Triforce. This one looks up.
Yes. So this was all recreated by the team based on assets.
Oh no, I didn't mean to do this.
It's okay.
You burn it all down.
Yes, you burned the unicorns. You horrible person, you.
Fan theories, what were they supposed to do, the unicorns?
We don't know. But this is the Unicorn Fountain recreated from pre-release images that were leaked, or not leaked, more like advertisements and things. I'm not entirely up on my lore on precisely which media release this came from, but if you look over there, there is a prompt spot there. Now, this is obviously a prompt spot, but this one has a different symbol on it. It has an ocarina symbol. This is never used in the game, but this is actually in the cartridge.
Okay.
Okay, it's an ocarina prompt. Go ahead and pull out your ocarina, and like most prompts, it's going to be Zelda's Lullaby, so that'll be left to right. Yep. At least they made it easy for you.
Now the unicorns become evil.
This brings us to our next piece of beta content, which is the Beta Great Fairy. This is in the same object file as the new fairy that you've normally been used to, but they decided not to use it. They used this in testing, and you can see it's very blocky. But
yeah, it's not finished, I guess.
It's probably not. So this is the Beta Great Fairy. Personally, I like her appearance better. No offense. But she has some important things to say.
Wisdom of sages to guide you. Uh-huh. Krieg ich das hin?
Now
Can I do it?
you will have to play this again. So before you play it now, we should make sure we write it down just in case we forget it. Just in a notepad. It's up, down.
A, right, left, up.
Yeah. If you forget it, you will not be happy because it's not easy to discover it again.
Can you save this somehow, Greg?
Up, down, A, right, left, up.
All right.
There you go.
So as a melody, so a melody that you play, you're not able to play this song in the game.
Not normally.
Not normally. So you can play, but it does nothing on the...
Not normally. This song is infamous. It was part of a photoshopped fan theory that went viral. It was someone trying to trick a community of glitch hunters that this thing really was in the game.
This is all content which is not in the game.
This was made by fans and was a hoax. But
It's
nevertheless,
pretty great.
the Overture of Sages that you just played was the song that they claimed existed. And you can get, if you go to gettriforce.link, you can...
Yeah, that's something I remember years ago reading up on the internet about this kind of stuff, the early Ocarina hoaxes. Here you combined it with actual beta content like the ferry, the untextured ferry here.
Yeah. So it's a really good time to say, if you go to gettriforce.link, you can see all that we put in that was ours and everything that was original beta content. So step off that platform so you're no longer standing on it, and you're going to need to use the Prelude of Light to warp back to the Temple of Time. So sorry to make you look that one up again.
Prelude of Light.
Yeah. While you're at it, you might want to take your boots off so you're not clumping all over the place.
Yeah. Give me a second.
Do it faster. Yeah, that was the one thing that was pretty useful with the 3DS version. You can just...
Yes, that was a very nice
Don't have to get to the menu all the time.
All right, thanks.
I have to say on the 3DS, it's a good version, but I kind of still prefer, because of nostalgia, that one. And I actually think Majora's Mask is better in the original than on the 3DS.
I understand. I had never played it on the 3DS, but only Ocarina of Time on the 3DS.
It's still a good game, but not that good.
So before you go on, walk outside and have a look. Now remember, in this area as Adult Link, the castle town is a complete wreck.
Yeah.
It's a mess. Everything's horrible. But if you go into town now, you'll see that it's all intact. The people are still happy. Everything is the way it ought to be, because we never actually touched the Master Sword and we never released Ganon. Oh, wait a minute.
Or like this.
I forgot to, yeah, okay. So technically, well, we didn't have people to, we said that we didn't, but we actually forgot about that part.
Okay.
So ignore that you saw those.
So this never happened?
This never happened.
So I have to go back
to the...
Yeah, go back, get out of here. So our story is, the reason I had you leave the temple is because of a few things that we did and the order we did them in. If you don't exit the temple and go back in, we had a small glitch that would appear.
Okay.
It wasn't bad, just a graphical glitch, but this was our excuse for coming out. But I forgot that you can't actually go all the way into town because we didn't patch that.
Yeah, that would have been quite a bit of extra work for just taking a look.
Yeah. And we built all of this for a live presentation at a charity event.
Okay.
So go ahead and go back into the Temple of Time, not that direction. Yeah, there you go.
So
we showed under our skirt a little bit there.
Yeah, so in the game, we're in the future, but the unaltered future, so without Ganondorf destroying everything.
Right, that's the storyline that we created. Now, you can see that we carefully crafted and curated the story just for the exact path we were going on, because we didn't make this as a ROM hack. It's more like a RAM hack, as some folks started calling it, which makes sense. What you want to do now, though, is your old friend, the Full Song of Time, one last time.
Okay.
You're going to go up to, not there, you're going to go up to that pedestal there, and you'll note that there are the three symbols there. Well, we added through the debug menu that you had completed all the temples. In fact, we added that you completed all of the temples.
Okay.
So you have all of the symbols you need here. So you'll just play your ocarina, and you'll have to play the Full Song of Time here. There's your cheat notes.
So you've never been, as a youngling, in here. You didn't open the door, didn't use the items you get, and you never pulled out the Master Sword.
Correct.
Easy. Huh?
Easy peasy.
Now you've got it down. Now, obviously, we carefully planned out the exact route that we showed because we knew that Save State was very good at this game and they were not going to make any mistakes. So we didn't need to put anything out of bounds. In fact, if you had made a mistake and accidentally walked back out of the Zora's domain area, you would have warped someplace we did not want you to go.
Okay.
Because we reused that exit. Now, something to note here, the animation works fine as Adult Link. And in fact, you can play it and it will work. And you see all this stuff happen, but you can't open the door. The door will not open for you. It's almost as if you don't have everything, it knows you're cheating.
So normally, of course, now we are on the quest and we open the door.
Correct. Now, don't pull the sword, but if you read what the Great Fairy told you, you're supposed to walk up to the sword, and instead of pulling it out, you want to play the song from the, I believe it was Overture of Sages is the name of it?
Is it?
Oh. Yeah, the one.
Oh, yeah, the one we wrote down.
Now, because you've never been here at all before, it's playing the initial cutscene.
Okay.
It is interesting that you're approaching this as Adult Link. But
Legendary Blade.
so walk up, but don't pull the Master Sword. Just pull out your ocarina. Just get on the platform a little closer. Yeah, next one up, the one with the Triforce on it.
In front of the sword, I would say. Yeah.
Although it's interesting that you're seeing all of these symbols on the floor here. They'll be important in a second. Nope, just walk up the pedestal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right there. So don't pull the Master Sword, but stand right there and play your ocarina. And you're going to play this song.
Up,
Up.
down, A, right, left, up.
Yeah. That's the song from the fairy, right?
Yeah.
And this song that you're hearing was composed by our team based on the notes.
Based on the
Can't
notes,
warp here?
which were...
You're not far enough over.
yeah.
Oh.
Stand right in front of the sword, maybe?
Yeah, you got to be a little bit closer. The hitbox is
Like this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was interesting. Well, I'm glad we
try
did
again.
not do that on accident.
Let's do it again. Probably the grab prompt has to be there or something like this. Up, down, A, right, left, up.
Hopefully you're close enough now. There's a hitbox that is activated. We actually did everything the way the game intends. So we made a hitbox around the Master Sword, and if you're not standing within that range, it will not do it.
No, it's working.
Yeah, otherwise
guess.
you probably could warp everywhere
Yeah.
with this song.
So we did it the way the game designed it to. So I'm going to take a step back and let you enjoy the story. Keep in mind that because we use the debug menu to give ourselves all of the completion tokens and symbols from all of the temples, it's as if we had completed all of the quests in the game, and we've now reached this final scene.
Normally in the game, Link is never actually there, or is he?
You don't have control of him here.
Yeah,
Ever.
yeah. Here's where the sages all gather once you collect them, so to speak.
Now, do yourself a favor, please don't fall off the platform.
Okay, so...
You'll go up the stairs that appeared.
Dangerous.
Remo.
But yeah, that was another part when I've seen it during your GDQ showcase, just to be in this location and be able to walk around. Feels kind of special.
It is. And there's a lot of emotion that's built up. Imagine in your mind's eye, you met each of these characters that are giving you their blessing, that you helped each of them, that you did something for them. Your heart is in balance. You have a symbol of courage. You have a symbol of power. You have a symbol of wisdom. And all are in balance in your heart.
I've never seen this dude.
Don't you remember him?
I do.
That's the sound he makes.
He had a very interesting English pun about being rock solid.
I never seen her too.
Oh, shit.
In this run, not
That's
this.
that's your wife to be.
Oh, yes.
Don't you remember?
Yeah.
So all the sages have to say something to us, since we managed this feat.
I know her.
Yes.
Just for curiosity, what happens if I fall down the platform?
You have to walk back up and do all of this all over again.
Oh.
Or rather, it warps you back up, and you really don't want to have to do that.
Okay.
Good old Impa.
This should be the final one.
Yeah. It's Chic.
There she is.
What? He is.
He, I guess.
Hmm.
That's interesting. So you adapted the dialogue, or you made the dialogue here to reflect the relationship between the two.
Yes. All of the dialogue you've been seeing has been written by the writing team that was involved in the project. Now, you have a choice here. Now, I know you probably want to know the answer to the bottom one, but I'll just give you a hint. She's not gonna quite, or he's not going to quite tell you a straight answer. But you should ask that first question just to see what happens.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
Smash Brothers destroyed everything. That would be nice, I have to say.
It would.
A full-fledged stealth action game with Chic would be great.
So as we walk up this staircase, I want to remind everyone who's watching, listening to this, that everything you're seeing is happening on the original Nintendo 64. We haven't modified anything other than that one little bit of code.
And I'm doing it.
Yeah, you're walking in. That scene you just saw was in the game as beta content as well.
Oh, that's it. Right? Is this the ending?
Oh, that's the famous Triforce screenshot. And I already told you, Dwango, when I saw this, I really became a little bit misty-eyed. I have to say, after all these decades, you have to say. After 23 years.
Come true.
The dreams of millions of players have finally come true.
So this screenshot with the Triforce, you never get to this part, can get to the part in a normal game. It was a very famous screenshot that went around the internet, the early internet.
Many people were trying to figure out how.
How much of this was already in the beta content? Was there a model of the Triforce on the...
No. The only model on the Triforce is the one used in a cutscene.
Yeah, I think at the beginning with the history.
Yes.
Yeah.
But here you have the goddesses of the Triforce speaking directly to you, telepathically. But now there's a final test.
So and I watched up to here, and then I shut it off because I wanted to be surprised. So now you can surprise me with everything.
Well, it will be a surprise, and it is very special to me.
Ooh.
King of Hyrule,
This is the
rupees,
final test.
Money.
See the future.
Money, of course.
Nah.
This is the final test.
Yeah,
from
but
the goddesses.
think about, do you want to be do you want to really be king? Or do you want to be a good person?
No, man.
I want to be king with rupees.
No.
Let's be king.
Oh, sorry. I should have warned you.
Oh.
Your wish has been granted.
That option will not do anything.
Oh.
The only option that actually is coded in is see the future. And we made that, force you to that option in case we messed up on stage.
Okay.
But the test was to make sure that you wanted to see the future.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Well,
now I've seen the future.
So
Yes.
now you're seeing the future.
You are seeing the future.
Okay.
And this is the Nintendo 64. This isn't streamed video like we've done in the past. This is all in engine.
Okay. Oh,
Hey!
come on.
Wow.
Okay, that's really nice. Wow. They specifically made
Listen carefully.
model. Oh yeah, footsteps.
And correct ones, too.
Mm-hmm.
Link, it seems you've managed to bring together a great number of people. I'm so happy to see this. I know they're out there, but it would be nice if we could see them, don't you think?
Yeah.
It was at this moment in the game where we asked everyone in chat to participate. Now, obviously, we can't hear, but
Give your power to Goku.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have actually voice acting in there, so programmed through TASBot.
yeah, we'll talk about it in the credits. So go ahead and continue on.
All right.
Look!
At this moment, imagine this sky full of names from the over 150,000 people
Oh, okay.
watching online, typing here together, and their names appearing here together from inside of the room at Games Done Quick, from around the world. After 2.5 years of being in a pandemic, after so much time separated, it was an opportunity for us to come together. And this was such a moving experience, seeing hundreds and thousands of names appear.
Nice to see our future. Here it is.
Name after name, lagging a little bit because we broke Twitch chat because of the sheer volume of messages coming through. The emotion that hits in this feeling was kind of hard to explain.
Yeah, sounds kind of amazing. Now I want to see the GDQ run, of course.
Yes. You've done a very good job.
Thank you. You too.
There's a little bit left.
Thank you, Link, for all you have done for us.
ゼルダ姫、ありがとう。一緒に未来を作りましょうか。
That was awesome.
This credit sequence shows all of the people that were involved in making this happen, with a special thanks to Soren, our director, and Save State, our runner. A lot of folks contributed that you can see here on screen right now. This effort was over 25 people over the course of over 2.5 years. From the moment that we discovered arbitrary code execution in the game Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, there's been a desire to do something meaningful to it and with it. My own son contributed to the credit scenes that you see here. I did some of these credit scenes myself as well, so I contributed to this run in a way. Each of us brought a different skill and a different talent and passion, from the voice actress and voice actors that played the new parts of Breath of the Wild, Zelda, and Link, to the writers who helped stitch together a story that was coherent, the custom graphics, the folks that adapted the models so that we could put cel-shaded Breath of the Wild characters into the Nintendo 64.
Crazy.
There are so many people with so much talent, heart, and passion that put their energy into what you see here.
Amazing work.
On top of all of the people inside of the core team developing this, we also partnered with several content creators. You'll see their names here on screen here. Our partner creators, as well as partner reactors, who helped raise awareness of what we were doing. One of the most amazing things about yes, and they really did release the soundtrack. One other piece of beta content. This was widely rumored that there was a pyramid in the desert, but you couldn't usually see it. But if you look through the fog very carefully, there it is.
Look at this.
Yes. one of the things that is so amazing about what we've done here is this run on its own, 1 hour of content at Summer Games Done Quick 2022 helped raise over $227,000 for Doctors Without Borders. I can't thank the team enough. First of all, thanking Nintendo for creating this wonderful game that we were able to make a transformative art with. For everyone involved, thank you.
Thank you. Well, that was an excellent experience. It was so great. And I'm really happy to be part of it because I played it.
There's nothing you can do from here. If you hit any buttons, you'll just get a green return button.
You can put yourself on number 1 on the leaderboard.
Yeah.
Save state might have you.
But Dwango, also from my side, very, very impressive. Thank you for coming over and showcasing this with us together here. And please extend our thanks to all the people you mentioned that helped in making this. This is a wonderful tribute to one of the best games of all time, and I think a lot of people were also touched emotionally, especially since this is such an important game for a lot of people.
Yes. It's possible I might have misspoken about some technical detail, running a little low on sleep, and
we'll delete
the advantage of the team. We'll delete anything I said wrong.
just delete them.
But again, a huge thanks to our director Soren for pulling everyone together. I acted as the executive producer, which was a wonderful role to be in. This was a lot like creating a movie. And while we're on a speedrun-oriented channel, the only speedrunning that technically happened here was TASBot mashing millions of buttons in order to make this happen. If you would like to know how this was done, the technical details behind how we took over the game, the 4 separate bootloaders that we used to then ultimately load a hyperspeed loader to then transfer data across controller ports 2, 3, and 4, while the player was able to continue to play on controller port 1 over the course of about 7 minutes of transferring data. If you'd like to know how that process worked as well as the initial ACE, head on over to our partner creator, Retro Game Mechanics Explained. He has an explainer video that goes through all of those details. We also have a website where you can see more information about this run. It is at gettriforce.link. If you'd like to know more about the TASBot community of playing content back on real consoles, you can go to tas.bot or join us in our community. We have a fair number of people who speak German there, mostly conversation in English, but some people speak German there. It is at discord.gg/TASBot, or if we happen to lose our link yet again, discord.tas.bot will also get you there. That is the main community for the TASBot efforts. And
send me over the links and I can put it in the YouTube description so it's easier for everyone.
I am dwangoAC. The main channel that I put TASBot content on is dwangoAC on YouTube. Occasionally I'll stream on Twitch as well, so you can find this content here or there as well. And I want to thank you guys so much for allowing me on the show. There's so many technical things that happen and so many interesting things. Anything you want to know about?
So where to start? So I already tried to ask, but I'm interested with the voice acting. So we saw the speakers you got there that put the voices in there. So how much space did it take up from the megabytes? You said you had 2.5 megabytes about from the expansion pack you used.
Correct.
What was the compression there?
Well, it wasn't horribly compressed, which is why the voice acting alone took up approximately 1/3 of that data.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The models of Breath of the Wild characters of Link and Zelda and all of the various different custom artwork there, that took another 1/3. And the other 1/3 was the minor things we did, the cutscene camera work and the text, all of the text you saw throughout the screens, all of the code that we used to stitch everything together took the last 1/3.
Yeah, was there something you had to take out in the last minute? So you have, of course, you had a deadline with the GDQ.
Part of what made this interesting is, if you have not seen this, but we ran this at Summer Games Done Quick 2022, which was the first live event. We had hopes that AGDQ 2022 would be the first live event. So we had planned initially to use that time slot and or use that event. But it couldn't be held in person. And this run needed to be done in front of a live audience. Even today, I have people in my YouTube comments saying, there's no way you did that on a real console. There's no way you could get cell shading on a Nintendo 64. Now, granted, we are using the original cartridge. We are using the original Nintendo 64 for what we did at Summer Games Done Quick. Here, the only difference was just that 271 byte change. But this really is the original hardware. However, a lot of development has happened since the Nintendo 64 came out. And this was one of the earlier games they were working on, along with Super Mario 64. They did extend the deadline for the creation of this game to put more content in it, but they'd already started with the original engine and they didn't really change it much. Later on in the N64 life, there were several tricks that were discovered to eke a little bit more out of the hardware, especially the graphics processing. And we took advantage of some things that were learned, as well as wrote our own new code. Soren, again, absolutely did an amazing job. There are other people that contributed to that by far, absolutely that helped with that. But we wrote new microcode for the graphics processing to increase the performance of the rendering engine and to allow us to do that ending scene at generally 20 frames per second, which is the native speed of this console. Every once in a while it would drop a little bit below, but we really did do this on a console. It's amazing how many people can't believe it. And what's really fascinating to me is the same thing that you mentioned. So many people wonder, how did you do voice acting? And the answer is the same way as Hey Listen. It's just the same audio format. We just transferred it into the expansion pack and played it back.
And way less annoying.
Way less frequent, but also a lot longer. We did burn quite a bit of space to do that, and these cartridges did not have an excessive amount of space. We call this a RAM hack. That term was not something that our team used at any point during the development, but I've adopted it after someone mentioned it in a YouTube comment because it makes sense. The moment you turn this console off, everything you did is gone. Everything we wrote to the expansion pack memory
So sad.
is ephemeral. Another challenge, I'm so sorry you can't play this yourself, viewers at home. We can't release this. Nintendo would not be very happy. I took my original cartridge, and because there's no cryptographic aspects to it, I was able to legally make a backup copy, operate on that backup copy, develop everything on that backup copy. So our performance here today was completely legal. But if we were to release the assets,
Of course.
then we would be running afoul. So unfortunately, we can't release it. However, if you go to the gettriforce.link website, you will see there is a GitHub repository with everything we were able to release publicly, including all of the coding around this, the chat interaction. All of it is there for consumption, just none of the assets that touched Nintendo properties.
So I'm one of the few people who actually played this.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh,
You are one of only...
I feel honored.
I am only aware of two other people, Save State themselves, and
Look at this.
Look at this.
we had Tony at Hard for Games also play through it. But as far as I know, you're only the third person in the world to have played through this on
So
camera.
you're top 3 with your time.
Yeah,
You are, in fact, top 3. You might be top 2. Tony took a while.
Okay.
That
I can be Tony.
that first Song of Time was really challenging.
No, it was really great. I really enjoyed it, and with your help and your guidance, it was really, really great.
See,
A lot of fun.
Will you start now normal Ocarina speedruns?
I don't think so. I'm still stuck with Link to the Past.
Oh, I do have to admit, I like my Link to the Past rando.
Yeah, I play the same. I always play rando.
We'll have to play sometime.
Maybe we should.
You will stomp me. I'm out of practice.
Yeah, but thank you once again. Thank you for your time. Thank you for coming over here and presenting this. Of course, if the opportunity should arise, you of course welcome back.
Of course, yeah.
And if you have new things to show to us, TASBot can come also with you. If you have him, and is there something that's in store for you, or anything you would like to say to the people to get to watch?
Well, I would say every event we do content at, we get asked, well, how are you going to top that? And I feel like this run is so special and so meaningful. I don't know if we can top that. I don't know where we go from here. Maybe space. But we are going to continue to make content like this for charity.
Please do, yeah.
We want to keep developing things. And I don't know exactly what that looks like yet, but I can tell you we have a wonderful community of welcoming folks with a wide variety of skills. So come to the discord.gg/TASBot community in particular. That's our home. If you happen to be someone who's still on IRC, you can go to LiberaChat to set the TASBot channel if you want to do that as well. We have that bridge.
I have ICQ.
You know, there's nothing wrong with that. I still know my 7-digit ICQ number.
I only got 7 digits. It's a pretty early one then.
Yes.
I have 8.
Oh. Sorry.
What can I do? What can I do there?
I know.
But if you, let's do this in English for one time. If you want to be here on camera and showcase your runs, maybe test, maybe not test, we got an email address, speedrandale@rocketbeans.tv, or otherwise you can go directly to Sia at Twitter at Simiclove or twitch.tv/Simiclove101.
Yep.
Are you training something?
I will train soon. I will start training again, speed run, but I won't tell right now.
Okay, so it's a secret. Yeah, we hope we will see you again. We hope we will see Dwango and TASBot again, and of course every one of you next time when it's time for Speedrundale.
I guess.
TASBot did a lot of speedrunning.
Exactly. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.